What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, and also by the title, you guys would know that I bought a brand new G37 project. That's the G37 and I'm really excited for this project. I did get it for an extremely cheap price and obviously the price reflects the car, but I didn't want anything too crazy because I also wanted to build, you know, the channel with the G37. So I also figured by having a project G37, I'd be able to show you guys things that I'm doing and it'd just be more content for you guys, which at the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to do. So I got this car for a really cheap price and it has 133,000 miles and it is a automatic. I opted for an automatic, I know, just because I have the G35, a manual, and then I also drive a Honda that's a manual. So I just wanted something that was automatic, I could just drive and not have to shift or anything. So that's what this car is. It is a 2008 G37S, so it is a sport package. It's in pretty rough shape outside, to be honest. So let's go ahead and show you what it has and what are the kinks and all the messed up parts that it has, so that way we can kind of see it as a base and then work from there. The person before me was a 19-year-old who just took this car and beat it to shit and really neglected it. So there's gonna be a bunch of maintenance I need to do to this car, but it's nothing that I can't handle, so I'm okay with it. So the wheels are all scuffed up. I'm probably going to repaint them and or maybe get some different wheels. He did luckily get some nice LED headlights. These are the ones that I probably would have gotten anyways. The bumper looks like it just doesn't match at all. The fender is all messed up. The whole car is messed up on the outside. The hood, it's closed all the way, by the way, so there's just this big gap where I can fit my finger. There's a bunch of just dents and dings all along the car. The biggest piece I'd say is this rust spot and kind of dented up. And the other one would be this bumper, which to be fair is really quick fix, just get another bumper from a junkyard or something. Along with that, there is some peeling clear coat all along the car, but again, I'm just gonna end up wrapping it, sanding it down, making sure everything's flat so the wrap can stick to it. All right, so now we're inside of the G37. First things first, this steering wheel, airbags blown on the dash, so now you got nice little, I don't know what this Mickey Mouse fixing was, but regardless, they did that. Again, automatic, comes with paddle shifters because it is a sport version, and the seats are torn to hell. I don't know what type of bear was living in here, but seats are torn. Steering wheel has this wrap over it that was a Mickey Mouse job as well. These have seat covers, but the seats are torn as well, and they're kind of goofy. They like clunk around. I don't know what's going on with that. Rear seats, this side's good, the other side is pretty torn up, so that's another thing I already have addressed for it. So we actually are going to be replacing that today in this video, and I'll show you guys what I do. Another issue that I had was that the sunroof would not close, and I ended up taking this whole panel piece apart, and there is one motor that controls this whole sunroof, 3 bolts, and on G37s it's very common for the 3 bolts to back out over time, and you just can't open or close your sunroof, so you just have to go ahead and put those 3 bolts back on and it's all good to go. Coming from a G35, there's a couple different things that I really like about the G37 regardless of the condition that this one's in. Keyless entry and keyless start, so literally you just gotta press the brake and turn it on and it turns on. That's a really neat feature, something I'm not used to in the G35, and it's really nice. You just press the brake and that's it. It does have lowering springs, which I forgot to mention, Tane lowering springs, but we already have Max Speeding Rod sending us out some coilovers that we're going to be installing next week, so make sure you're here for that video. So let's go ahead and show you under the hood, and then we'll go on a drive and share what I think about this car. All right guys, so here we're under the hood. VHR engine, which to be honest, I'm a big fan of in the span I've been driving this car. Basically stock. I don't think the guy really wanted to modify the car, and or maybe he didn't have money or he just didn't know. But this car was salvaged. That's another thing that I forgot to mention. So that's why this bumper doesn't match up with the fender, and there's just a couple things that are a little different. So the guy wanted $4,000, and the guy is his dad who ended up selling the car to me. It was under his parents' name, so he didn't even own the car. They took it away as a punishment for him treating this car like garbage. So the guy wanted $4,000. I ended up talking him down to $2,900, and that's where we agreed on. So I got this G37 with 133,000 miles. in this condition for $2,900. I know it's not the best deal I could have gotten, but I think it's a really good deal for the mileage, and that was kind of the biggest thing that I was looking for. Just something that was low mileage, and maybe it was rough in the exterior, but we can fix that. We are going to be fixing the issues that the G37 has, but other than that, it's mechanically sound, and we'll be doing a bunch of fluids, we'll be doing a bunch of maintenance, so I'm gonna be sharing that with all of you guys. So this is the G37 project in a nutshell. We got rodent damage, we got all this crap on this car, but regardless, it's gonna be a fun project, and that's what I'm looking at it as. I hope you guys are excited for this. Now let's go ahead and go into the driving portion. All right guys, so we're in the driving portion of the G37. It definitely needs an alignment because it starts going to the right as soon as I let go of the steering wheel. Paddle shifters, like I said, so we'll get on it in a little bit. It does have an exhaust leak, which is very apparent because it smells in here. Getting rid of that muffler delete. I actually have an OEM muffler that I went and picked up in LA. You also get a lot of drone because of it, so let me get on it a little bit. Not my favorite sound at all. So if we're gonna do an exhaust, we'll do it right. If not, I'm just not gonna bother, and I'll have it just an OEM exhaust. I'm fine with it. I don't need anything crazy at all. The car mechanically, it sounds good, it feels good, shifting's fine. This thing is so ungodly loud. I really like the power. The power on this car is just really damn nice. I like that I actually don't have to source the paddle shifters, because typically when you don't have a Sport, you don't have paddle shifters. It's just you use the stick. If this was going to be a daily driver, if this was going to be something like a Sunday car, I'd be dumb to buy a car like this. But since I'm looking at it as just a project, I'm okay with it. In worst case, fix it up, decide I don't want it, just go ahead and just sell it, and I'm sure somebody would buy it. All right guys, so now we're in the back of the G37. We parked it, and we're gonna go ahead and replace the bottom and the top piece of the rear seats. As you can see, it's pretty messed up. Basically just ripped all the leather up. I don't know what bear was living in here, but regardless, we're replacing these bad boys, and we ended up going to the junkyard last week and we bought some replacements. If you have any coupe seats, let me know. I'll be interested in looking at those and maybe possibly picking those up. We got the man of the hour, Thomas, cleaning the seats, and obviously you guys can see there's no tears, and this is pretty dirty. There was like water in the G37 we picked out. We opened this slightly, and I told Thomas to close it so I can actually look at what's here. Well, first off, we made our money back. So there goes the money towards the car. It pays for itself. A bunch of coins. Obviously we have ourselves a, don't mind the foam, but what do you call this? The battery?
A vape battery thing?
Vape battery. Got a nice little Modelo bottle cap. Man, someone was living large over here. If you guys didn't know how to pull the bottom portion of the seat, it's gonna be like this. You just pull up, pull up. If you can't pull up, I noticed pushing inward and pulling up helped me. But you literally just pop it from this side, pop it from this side, and that's it, and you're all good to go. You should do that on your G35 or G37 and see what you find. I found $5, pack of balls, and Modelo bottle cap. Wait, what's this pill?
It's one of those rhino pills from the gas station.
You don't want a lip injection extreme? Instant and long-term lip plumper. This car's got some stories to tell, dude. It's got a business card to Coachella, California. Wow. There you go. Ooh.
Basically, when you pull the release in the trunk or the emergency release, it goes to these cables that allow the seat to come down. All
right, so now that we removed a bolt from each side and then that emergency latch, we're good to go. Pull it out and put in the new one. Well, new one. And all right guys, just like that, the rear seats are installed. So obvious big difference from, you know, having this all torn up to not. And I also got these at the junkyard and I paid about like 57 bucks, like almost 60 bucks. Definitely worth it. Super happy with how they turned out. Here's the after. You can see no more tears. Literally look like normal human seats that haven't been torn to shreds. And then here we got the before with the torn butthole. I don't know how that happened. And then this is the one that I question even more. How do you tear this? It's just the backside. All right, guys, that's gonna be all for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. This is a big thing for me, getting a whole nother car, a whole nother build. It's a project car, like I've been saying, but it's something that's really new to me. There's a couple things I need to learn with this car. Once I do, I will be sharing them with you. So I will be making a bunch of videos on this car in the future. So make sure you subscribe, make sure to tune in. It's gonna be a really cool project car. And I already have coilovers lined up for next week, so be expecting that coilover install on the G37. But with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. I have an exhaust leak.